It's a very difficult topic after this.
Again,
and
timer.
Yeah, it's a very difficult topic, answering this after Radhika's talk and also after seeing also. How many of you are wearing high heels? So then I need to be very short. So coming to men are better leaders, so coming back to psychology of personality, I think Plato and Descartes had kind of suggested that there are certain factors which are inborn, on which occur naturally regardless of the environment influences. So like genetic predisposition or physical appearances, and that is probably historically which we were following as being better leaders or making leaders. But then there was nurture, there was a socio-cultural environment which changed, and there was education, and there were life experiences. So which kind of tiptoed the balance, and John Locke came with this theory that mind as a blank slate suggested that everything we are is a result of experiences. So I think leadership is more about this tiptoeing balance, and which is kind of changing over the time. I think this is a very important slide, and Radhika has really made my presentation a little more easier. So if we go for leadership style, we can talk about decision-making, influence, core values, attitude towards risks, communication, modesty, self-promotion, and delegation. So if we talk about men per se, if we just talk about the gender, I think men usually as leaders are more autocratic. They seem to command or control the situation more, but they delegate tasks better. So coming to Radhika's point where she did say that, that females involve more people. But if you see the last point, they are less likely to delegate. So if you involve but you don't delegate, that means you don't distribute opportunities. So I think there is a balance. So these are basically, it's not about gender. I think it's more about the personality traits that one carries, and it's a mix of both that is more important. So taking from this, I think I would say that leadership is more of an interactive process. I think it is more about social acceptance by colleagues and to be more effective in your role and your style of working. I think either gender can learn to succeed in their leadership styles, and it is more important to learn to adapt to these styles. So I think Radhika has taught me something, and I might have taught her something and not taken the heels. And I just do believe that leadership is not a question of gender, and differences between these two qualities definitely brings in more diversity of thought, creativity, and innovation. And yes, like no fingerprint, zebras, or snowflakes are alike. No two individuals can ever be alike, and no two leadership styles can ever be alike. And yes, I can say this for sure, that men are better leaders, maybe, but definitely men make better leaders when you're married to a top HR leader for the last 20 years. So, which is known as managerial leadership, as I call it. So that's my wife, Anjali, who's one of the top HR leaders of the country. So definitely men make better leaders. Thank you.
Thank you. So